What's up, everybody? Are you overwhelmed by the never-ending supply of depressing bad news? Well, let's refuel our tanks with 7 recent positive stories. This is Giddy News for the month of June 2022. New hope for multiple sclerosis sufferers as scientists reverse symptoms with cells transplant is the Giddy News headline, courtesy of Emily Atkinson with The Independent, and a link to the source will be included in the description below. MS is an incurable condition that affects the brain and spinal cord as a result of damage to the coating that protects nerves. This causes a range of symptoms including fatigue, blurred vision, and problems with movement and feeling. However, a groundbreaking study claims that immune cells against glandular fever have the potential to halt or even reverse the symptoms of multiple sclerosis. Scientists in the United States conducted a trial where patients with MS were implanted with T cells extracted from people who had recovered from Epstein-Barr virus, which causes glandular fever and has been recognized as a possible cause of MS. Brain scans suggest the progression of the condition was slowed down or even reversed in some patients. The groundbreaking T-cell therapy was developed by Atara Biotherapeutics. Atara is now conducting a phase 2 trial as the next stage in the development of the potential treatment. New York Public Library makes banned books available for free is the Giddy News headline, courtesy of Deepa Shivaram with NPR, and a link to the source will be included in the description below. The American Library Association recently reported that there were 729 challenges to library, school, and university material in 2021, the highest number since the organization started tracking it, and a 4-fold increase over the previous year. In response, the New York Public Library has launched an effort to make banned books available for free. The initiative is called Books for All and allows any reader aged 13 and older to access banned books through the library's app. Tony Marks, president of the New York Public Library, stated, "The recent instances of both attempted and successful book banning, primarily on titles that explore race, LGBTQ+ issues, religion, and history, are extremely disturbing and amount to an all-out attack on the very foundation of our democracy." Free transport for young and elderly residents in Lisbon is the Giddy News headline, courtesy of Laura Silva, and a link to the source will be included in the description below. The Portuguese capital of Lisbon's City Council unanimously approved a free public transportation measure for its young students and elderly residents. The measure is for all those 65 and older and for students up to the age of 23. The mayor of Lisbon, Social Democrat Carlos Moedas, emphasized how this measure passed with wide support, thereby showing the possibility of doing politics with everyone. The mayor believes the measure will have a direct future impact on climate change and is also currently relevant due to increases in prices. Moedas said that in the future, the free public transport measure might be provided to other groups, such as the unemployed, benefactors of the social integration income system, and people with disabilities. Moedas stated that he believes the measure will stay in the history of the city forever. A study of Pokemon Go found that it led to decrease in depression-related internet searches is the Giddy News headline, courtesy of Issy Vandervelde with The Gamer, and a link to the source will be included in the description below. A recent study by the London School of Economics looked into how Pokemon Go affected local depression trends. Since the game had a staggered launch, the study was able to compare the amount of depression-related searches in areas that had access to the game versus areas that didn't. What it found was that there were fewer searches for terms such as depression, stress, and anxiety, suggesting that location-based mobile games may decrease the prevalence of local rates of depression. The study believes that Pokemon Go led to fewer depression-related searches because it and other location-based video games encourage outdoor physical activity, face-to-face socialization, and exposure to nature. And these things tend to make people happier and can help alleviate symptoms of mild depression. The study argues that its findings highlight the mental health opportunities of video games like Pokemon Go, and that due to their relatively low cost and accessibility, they should be considered of interest to people who make public health laws and policies. India's richest man is pouring more than $80 billion into green energy, is the Giddy News headline courtesy of Michelle To with CNN, and a link to the source will be included in the description below. Renewable energy is starting to take off in India. Last year, new renewable energy installations were projected to double across the country, and Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani is going big on green energy. His conglomerate, Reliance Industries, announced it would allocate 6 trillion rupees, which is approximately $80 billion, to renewable power projects in the western Indian state of Gujarat, where it hopes to help generate 1 million new jobs. Reliance is one of India's most valuable and recognizable companies and has long been trying to reduce its reliance on oil. The bulk of the money will go toward a new power plant and hydrogen system. The company also plans to create a new manufacturing hub that will be dedicated to the production of solar panels, fuel cell technology, and other renewable energy sources. How one upstate New York food court is changing hundreds of lives is the Giddy News headline courtesy of Alana Pedalino with Bon Appetit, and a link to the source will be included in the description below. Inside Buffalo's West Side Bazaar, you'll find immigrants, refugees, and longtime locals eating, shopping, and cooking from multiple restaurant stalls. That's where the Westminster Economic Development Initiative, or WEDI, comes into play. WEDI is a nonprofit that operates the bazaar, with a wait list of more than 120 entrepreneurs hoping to secure a space inside. The bazaar is WEDI's most public-facing project. WEDI then selects cooks and other entrepreneurs who represent a variety of cuisines, cooking techniques, and cultures. Once business owners have secured a stall in the bazaar, they can remain until they have the resources, the confidence, and the customer base to graduate into their own brick-and-mortar location, or to transition to an online shop. The initiative distributes grants and assists new business owners and bazaar tenants in securing microloans, establishing credit, and business education. WEDI's business model already has proven successful, with program graduates now reinvesting back into the community where they live. DoorDasher saves Massachusetts woman's life while delivering pizza is the Giddy News headline courtesy of Sarah Smart with CNN, and a link to the source will be included in the description below. When one Massachusetts woman ordered pizza on a routine Friday evening, she had no idea the quick thinking and kindness of her delivery driver would save her life. Karen Sullivan put in a call for a late dinner, and DoorDash driver Sophia Furtado brought the order. But when Furtado arrived at the house around 10 p.m., she spotted Sullivan lying on the ground outside, bleeding from her head. Sullivan, who had been waiting outside for the delivery, had fallen and hit her head. Furtado has previous medical knowledge from her time training as an EMT. She noticed Sullivan's blood was congealing and estimated she had been lying outside for about 15 to 20 minutes. Furtado dialed 911 and spoke with the dispatcher while rendering aid. Soon after, officers and medics began arriving. Furtado stayed until Sullivan was transported to the hospital. Sullivan said, "I am so thankful for her. She's my guardian angel. If she wasn't there, I'd be dead." All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Giddy News. And if you have a positive news story that you'd like for me to share, please include a link in the comments below. And until next time, take care of yourself, and thanks for watching.